Hello dear student, I am Rohini Daun. I welcome to all of you. Today I am going to deliver lecture on Advanced Web Technology of TYBCA Science for semester 5. The objective of the course are to understand fundamental of object oriented programming in PHP, to know and understand concept of internet programming, then the structure of syllabus according to university. Course code is BCA 502. Total marks for the course is 100. Out of these, 30 marks for the internal assessment and rest 70 marks are for the external examination, which means the course having 4 credits. In web technology subject of the previous semester, we have seen static pages which were created using simple HTML tags and PHP script, where HTML is a client-side scripting language and PHP is a server-side scripting language. In this course, we will learn about object-oriented programming, creating dynamic web page, interact with the database, to the information to HTML forms and vice versa. There are 7 units in this course. Unit first, Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming in PHP. Object-oriented programming refers to the creation of reusable software objects that can be easily incorporated into multiple programs. Object-oriented programming is assumed as a programming concept that treats function and data as an object. PHP provides support to the object-oriented programming. The first topic is classes. Class is a blueprint of the object. Class contain the methods and properties. Next one is the object. Object is a bunch of variables, means the properties, and the functions means methods, all grouped into a single entity. Next one is encapsulation. Encapsulation is about grouping of functionality means operations and related data means attributes together into a coherent data structure. Next one is the constructor and the destructor. Class constructor is a special function with same name as its class that is called when an object from the class is invoked. A destructor function is called when an object is destroyed. Next topic is inheritance. Inheritance is the ability of PHP to extend classes that inherit the characteristics of the parent class. You learn about the types of inheritance in this chapter. Next one is interfaces. Interface is introduced for solving problem of multiple inheritance. Interfaces allow us to define, create a common structure for our classes. Last one is the introspection, is the ability of a program to examine an object characteristics such as its name, parent class, properties and methods. Unit second, web techniques. In this chapter, we will learn about creating dynamic pages by using the web techniques. First technique is a super global variable. PHP provides several predefined variables which are called as a super globals or automatic global variables that are available in all scope throughout a script, like as a get super global, post super global, file super globals, etc. Server information. This is an array that contains useful information about a web server and execution environment. It contains information of headers, paths and script location. Next topic is a sticky forms. A sticky form is an HTML form that remember how you filled it out. This is useful for end users, especially when you want them to resubmit a form after filling it out incorrectly in the first place. Next topic is a file uploads. PHP allows users to upload files to the server from a form. $_files array is used to handle file upload. Next topic is setting response header. Header function sends a raw HTTP header. The header function must be called before any actual output is sent either by normal HTML tag or from PHP. Last topic is a maintaining state. Whenever we interact with an application, the interaction can be stateful or the stateless. Methods for maintaining states are cookies, session, passing variable. Unit 3rd, files and directory. Files can contain information about themselves, who own them and when they are created. But directories are special kind of files made for storing other files. Then the working with PHP files and the directories. PHP provides two sets of files related function. First one is file handle or the file pointer. Other way is directly using file name strings. PHP enables us to manipulate directory in much the same way as the files, providing a number of equivalent functions. Next topic is opening and closing files. There are three steps involved in working with files. First one is open the file you want to work with by associating a file handle with it. Second one is read from or write to file by using the file handle. And last one is close the file using the file handle. Next topic is getting information about file. By using stat function gives information about file, that is about their size, when it was modified, who owns it, etc. Then reading and writing characters in file. PHP provides a set of functions that makes reading the entire contents of a file or perhaps analyzing it one character at a time. Then rename and delete file. PHP also provides predefined function for rename and the deleting file. Next topic is random access to file data. PHP also provides random access to file data by using some predefined function. Some are, first one is fseek, sets the file position indicator for the file reference by handle. Next one is ftell, it returns the position of the file pointer reference by file handle. These are some functions related with random access to file data. Next topic is getting information on file. It gives information about file size in bytes, file exists or not, time the file was last changed. Next topic is the ownership and the permission. PHP provides some predefined function for information about ownership and the permission like as a file owner, file group and file type, etc. Unit 4, Database PostgreSQL. A database is a collection of information that is organized so that it can easily be accessed, managed and updated. PHP supports over 20 databases including the most popular commercial and open source varieties, but our focus is on the PostgreSQL. First, using PHP to access, insert, update, delete a database tables. There are two ways to access database from PHP. First one is use a database specific extension and other is to use the database independent PeerDB libraries. Relational database and the SQL. Relational database management system is a server that manages data for us. The data is structured into tables where each table has some number of columns, each of which has a name and a type. The sum of the most important SQL commands are select, update, delete, create table, drop table, alter table, etc. Third point is introduction to PeerDB basics. PeerDB is an advanced object-oriented database library that provides full database abstraction. That is, we use the same code for all our database. Fourth point is advanced database techniques. It provides several shortcut functions for fetching result rows as well as unique rows ID system and separate prepare execute step that can improve the performance of repeated queries. Last one is the simple application we will see in the unit 4. Unit 5. What is XML? Then XML is a W3C recommendation. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. It is also cross-platform hardware and software independent markup language. Then next topic is XML document structure. XML document structure is composed of the number of components that can be used for representing information in tree structure order. Components like as processing instruction, tags, element, etc. Next point is the PHP and XML. PHP also provide facility for write XML script in PHP script. Next point is XML parser. XML parser is a piece of program that takes a physical representation of some data and converts it into an in-memory form for the program as a whole to use. Next point is the document object model. Document object model is a standard for accessing XML document trees defined by the W3C. Document object model builds the entire XML document representation in memory and then handovers the whole chunk of memory to the calling program. Next point is the simple XML extension. The goal of the simple XML extension is to provide easy access to XML document using standard object properties and iterators. Last topic is changing the value with the simple XML. We can also add new XML elements, add attributes, modify the elements attributes to existing XML document. Unit 6 AJAX. AJAX stands for Asynchronous JavaScript and XML, which relies on JavaScript in browser. It is used for creating fast and dynamic web page. First topic is understanding JavaScript for AJAX. In AJAX include JavaScript, so it only covers what you need to know about JavaScript before you turn to AJAX programming. Next topic is AJAX Web Application Model. AJAX Web Application Model introduces an AJAX engine which acts as an intermediary between the user and the server. Point 3. AJAX PHP Framework. The goal of the framework is to provide the AJAX engine and associated server and client-side function. Point 4. Performing AJAX validation. AJAX programming also provide facility of validation by using the JavaScript in AJAX. Point 5. Handling XML data using PHP and AJAX. PHP also support for handling XML data using PHP and Ajax. XML file uses Ajax for the interactive communication. Last point is connecting database using PHP and Ajax. Ajax can be used for interactive communication with a database. Unit 7. Introduction to Web Services. In this chapter, we learn about web services. Then, what is the concept of web services, component of web services, then need of web services, advantages of the web services. First topic is the SOAP, means the Simple Object Access Protocol. It is used for accessing web service. Next one is the WSDL, means Web Services Description Language. It is used to describe and locate web services. Last point is the application of the web services. Thank you.